Alrighty, folks, welcome to Stormtopia.com and the Stormtopia.com Facebook page. We have our Thanksgiving forecast already here. It looks like Thanksgiving won't be too bad. Seasonally brisk across the Northeast for the next few days. Much colder later this week with a pattern change in the midst of occurring. Now, folks, the pattern change is a while away. We're going to talk about it, and it will involve probably more white than wet. Now, let's start off with Tuesday, Wednesday. Looks like seasonal temperatures, 40s north, 50s south. It'll be brisk. If you start trying to get out and do some Thanksgiving travel, your biggest problem is going to be the traffic. You're not going to have any type of weather concerns, I think, at all. Now, for Thanksgiving, it'll be around 50 for pretty much everyone. It's going to be a surprisingly average Thanksgiving. Really, the polar opposite of what it was last year, where we were dealing with a snowstorm across northern New England with up to a foot or more of snow the day before Thanksgiving. This time around, it looks like we're going to be around 50. Black Friday, another seasonal day. But as we get into Saturdays, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's that cold comes in. Not as much on Friday, but Saturday into Sunday into Monday, cold blast. Highs, you're not making it out of the 30s, okay? A lot of New England, 40s farther to the south. I wouldn't be surprised if our lows dip down into the teens. If you head into the southeast, they're going to be essentially void of this cold shot. It'll be just warm and dry, I'd imagine, for you guys. Not to say that it won't be perfect, but, not as bad as it will be farther to the north and east. Now, this is the pattern change that we are worried about. This is when the NAO turns into a negative phase, and this is looking like around the beginning of December. That's your Greenland blocking up around northeastern Canada and, Greenland. That's when you start to get the storm track pushed farther south. Storms start to move slower as they move up the east coast. Your positive, your PNA is important too. Your Arctic air starts to dip in. Now, we don't really know what the PNA is going to be doing around then. We're pretty sure the NAO will be negative. But if all these factors add up around the beginning to middle of December, the stormy zone will be right over us, really from Atlanta to Maine. So I'd imagine that, we're just about to start getting into a stormier period. I think after Thanksgiving, things start to pick up into December, January. We're going to be dealing with a rather stormy few months. The winter will likely be a lot more impressive than it was last year. And just to give you an idea of what we were talking about um, in terms of these indices, let's take a look at the NAO. Now, folks, it is still on the ensemble models predicted to go down. You can see where it is right now, the difference between the black line and the red line right after the 16th of November. It is, I think, the 20th or something like that. You can see how it just goes down, goes back up, and then after there, the model is really spread out. But what does look more likely is a negative phase of the NAO, which will be kicking in that Greenland blocking, slowing down these storms, building in the cold air, and the ski resorts might just get what they want. Have a nice day, folks.